I am taking the CESA 2 ESL add-on certification, and at first I was very intimidated about getting the certification because I'm also a full-time ESL teacher and I have 3 kids who are all in elementary school, and it seemed like a lot. But what I've really enjoyed about this program is my instructor has been in constant communication with me from the beginning. She was very clear about they want us to make this as successful and applicable as possible, this being the certification. And so there have been times when I've contacted her and said, you know, I can't finish this module in time, or I've been stuck on this assignment, or my district is requiring me to do an Act 20, such and such. And she immediately comes back with, okay, let's reschedule, let's pick a new deadline, let's do whatever it is that allows me to be able to actually get things done and not sacrifice my work or my time with my kids or whatever it might be. So it's an extremely practical program when you have real life going on, and I've really, really appreciated that, and I've never felt any guilt or stress from my instructors about this needs to be done by a certain time. It's always, we want it to be done well, we want you to learn, and we want you to be able to apply this, so whatever timeline you need to make that happen, you know, obviously in a timely manner, but is what they want, and that's been really amazing. The class program has supported my growth as an educator, most especially through, I would say, the observations that I've had with my instructors. Observations, I think, are always really intimidating, you know, because somebody is evaluating your work. But the way it's set up is that we have a pre-meeting or a pre-observation discussion, and I felt like if I didn't know how to answer something on my lesson plan or whatever, that my instructor was there to be able to talk me through that. And then it's always good to get real-time feedback. I was a classroom core content teacher for many years, and now I am a multilingual specialist, which means I do a lot of small groups and one-on-one in a way that I never really did before. And so getting the feedback from my instructors on the most effective ways for my multilingual students to run those small groups has really impacted me going forward. So in one of our modules, it has us coming up with like a professional development session, or synthesizing the information that we've learned about multilingual students, about second language acquisition, and how can we apply that to other people in our district who are also teaching the multilingual students, right? Because they're all our students, they're not just mine or whatever. And one of the assignments was to put together a professional development session. CESA provided some different resources and some articles, and I was able to look at those and then use the information that I had before and put that all together into like a 20-minute PD that I actually think will be really, really helpful for the other teachers in my school district, knowing the struggles that they have with being teachers of multilingual learners. And I really can tell that the CESA 2 program is not just busy work. They're really thinking about how can we get our students, I guess I'm a student, to show their knowledge in a way that they will also be able to take and use as a resource moving forward. So it's not just like, oh, write this paper on how students learn about learning or language. It's, create an advocacy plan using real names from your district, or that PD example using a situation within your district or where you are now. And so that's been really helpful. With the support from the instructors, they make it really, really easy to set up their like virtual or Zoom or on the phone sessions through a link on all their emails. But being a type B personality, sometimes I lose those links. And so I've been able to just shoot an email to them separately and say, hey, I think I'm supposed to set something up with you. And it's just without hesitation, they're always getting back to me. and being able to set those things up, whether it's a question about an assignment or something we have to do with observations or whatever. So I've really appreciated just the multiple modalities and the ways of being able to contact the instructors and how willing they are to really sit with us and answer and get back to us in a timely manner. I think just kind of going back to the relevant information that I'm learning in the modules, and the fact that I feel like the class program, the instructors, whoever it is who's choosing what it is that we're learning really has a hand in what's happening now. We know education's constantly shifting. We know we're learning a ton about how kids learn, especially with multilingual students. There's a bunch of stuff on like newcomers and interrupted learning, this life program, which I didn't even really know about coming into this. And so just building that background in a way that helps me influence me from like a culturally responsible lens and really thinking about how it is my students are learning. So my second language acquisition or EL kids, how they're learning. I don't really have a specific example necessarily, but just those little moments throughout have really impacted just how I am as an ESL or ML educator.